I welcome you all. Today we are going to talk about two friends, Rohan and Rashmi. Rohan and Rashmi are university going students. They are having a good CGPA. They good are in studies. So they are not too much worried about their degree because they know that eventually they will get degree. What they are worried about is regarding their career path. They are not very certain what will be our outcome after the graduation. Dear friends, if you have these types of questions, I welcome all of you Mannan's e-learning program, which is an online platform for this type of discussions. I've posted several videos, educational videos, motivational videos. The same video which you are watching, I also made in Hindi as well. So please subscribe to the channel and please stay tuned for some of the discussions which we are going to do in a few minutes. Based on my experience for solving any problem, we have to first identify the problem itself. Then we can suggest the solutions. Based on my 10 years of experience, I have enlisted few points. The first of the major hurdles in a student's career is the finance, the financial constraint he or she is facing, because today the education is very much money oriented. There are lots of fees. Even in government colleges, the livelihood causes, the cost, the hostel cost, the food cost is too much. And a student sometimes thinks like, shall I go for a higher studies? Shall I join this company even though that company is not very right for that? So that is a very big hurdle. The second problem which a student sometimes face is the job security. He is not having a clear idea that what will be his career path after 2 years, after 5 years. Not very certain. Maybe the company is altogether in a different uh, agenda from which he has been taught. So not very clarity about the future. The third thing which I have categorized here is the lack of guidance. The lack of guidance comes because sometimes the parents says something, the auntie and uncle says saying something, the teachers are saying something, the placement coordinator is saying something. So there is a support and help is lacking somewhere, and they were kind of a confused state of a mind. And the confused state, like whether shall I go this way, shall I go that way, it is not very clear. And ultimately, a student is in a kind of a depression. He is lost. He is confused. He is anxiety. He is not very clear. He is not oriented properly. So here are a few suggestions from my side. I'm not saying that these suggestions are foolproof. You can please comment on the link, give your more suggestions so that it can help the others as well. So what are those suggestions? The first problems which we identified was the finance. Now, how we can solve this finance problem? The number one I would suggest is the bank loans. Yes, I am talking about bank loans. Several countries, the students takes the bank loans. I'm not saying that take a full bank loan. There are several privates as well as the nationalized banks which is now giving students loans in a very low interest. The second solution to the financial problem could be is a part-time job. Maybe you can do a weekend jobs, and the student thinks like, okay, this might hamper my studies. No, this it is not like that. You can drive a cab. You can also take a delivery options, part-time job, so that the financial burden can be reduced. If this doesn't suits you, then the third option I am also having here is that you can do the tuitions. There are several students. There are several apps are there, but a face-to-face interaction is totally different. So in this way, you can reduce the financial burden, and then you can take your next step, your career. Now coming to the job security part where the clarity is not there. The first thing which I will suggest is for the risk assessment. The risk assessment will be that what is the turnover around of this company? How long this company is there? How many branches this company is having? What will be my job security in this company from 2 years line? How I visualize myself after 2 years? Maybe you have to do certain certificate courses, professional development certificate courses. Go with that. Coursera is there. Udemy is there. Okay, an academy is there. Go with that certified courses. It is like a small your career in a company where you are joining. It is like a small seedling which you have to give water, have to proper give the nutrients, and then you can nurture. So don't be too much insecure about your job, even if you are landing to a different company. Lack of guidance. Now, these are the three pathways which I could have identified. The number one pathway is that is the corporate or the industries which you can join. Okay, the second career pathway is your research or the higher studies which you can opt for. And the third one, yes, entrepreneurship, startups. Government of India is providing several funds for the new startups. With your applied or your research which you have done, you can apply with for these startups. There are several buy incubators, several infrastructure facilities there. If your alone is afraid of that, then you can take the maybe two or three students come together and then they can start your own startup companies. So rather than becoming a job seekers, now you will become a job creators. Friends, even after this, these are the few points, but even after these few points, if you're still confused that whether shall I go with a research or a corporate or an entrepreneurship, or shall I go with the competitive exams like IAS or the public service commissions, so then I would suggest that there has to be career counseling. A one-to-one discussion has to be there. I will call some of my friends for a career counseling. We can go live with that, or maybe we can do a Zoom meeting or a Google meeting, but for that I need at least 100 students so that all of can be benefited in a one time go. So please share this with your friends so that they can come and join, and then we can take a question and answers with you. So please share this if you are get benefited, and so that a career live career counseling can be done. With this I will end. Thank you very much.